I want to take a little bit of time to discuss why health is bad for damage dealers. And I want to start off by saying that health isn't just bad for damage dealing heroes. Health is bad for any hero that you want to use their ultimate a lot.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Jorgen, for example, on Hero Wars Dominion era, is not that big of a damage dealer. More of a control, tanky hero, right? On Hero Wars Mobile or Hero Wars Alliance, Jorgen does a ton of damage. A lot of damage relative to the enemy's defenses. Yeah. Jorgen Faceless, very common team. On Facebook and web, you want heroes that you want to use their ultimate early. You want them to have lower health. A real world example of this is my Arachne here. So my Arachne, I didn't choose to level up the Alchemist sets because it provides a flat health bonus, and the Brazier of the Bloody Lotus provides a flat health bonus plus physical attack. Physical attack doesn't really help Arachne. It helps her basic attacks, basic auto attacks, and that's it. And then glyphs. I didn't level the glyphs up too high. I'm not really worrying about the physical attack glyph either. And when it comes to leveling her skins, I won't touch her winter skin at all. I put 1 into it. I should have left it at 1 once I unlocked it, but that's okay. That is okay, right? Now, why would I do this? Why would I do this? I'm going to keep using Arachne as an example because Arachne is a fantastic example on why you would want to use your ultimate first. Examining Arachne's ultimate, she does an attack at the lowest health enemy, dealing damage and stunning nearby enemies. So she will stun the entire front line or the entire mid line or the entire back line, okay? If the lowest health enemy is whatever those lines are. So if you're going up against an enemy Arachne and you have an Arachne, maybe it's an Arachne tank on defense, right? Arachne as tank tells us that the point of the team is to get Arachne to ultimate as early as possible, right? The way the energy gain works in Hero Wars, a hero takes damage. Let's say they take 10% damage. 10% damage. They gain 10% energy, all right? Out of 100% energy, they gain 10% of energy. So however much damage they take as a percentage of their total health is how much energy they gain, okay? So if you have higher health, 100 damage done to Arachne at high health gains less energy because it's a smaller percentage. 100 damage done to Arachne at a lower health is a larger percentage, so the Arachne gains more energy when you take damage, okay? So if the enemy or you are using Arachne as your tank, the idea is you want your Arachne to take as much damage as possible. Arachne has vampirism and the ability to be invulnerable for a few frames because of her jumps and all of that. And once she ults, she gets the stun for 5 seconds. She also has the demolition robot that stuns for 2 seconds. And then she has some pure damage attacks as well. Of course, if you add a pet, it extends the duration of the stuns by a good chunk. That Mara pet. Yeah. And it is because of this that I want my Arachne's health to be lower than the enemy's Arachne. So if I have an Arachne tank and the enemy Arachne tank, they're going up against each other. My Arachne attacks first because attacking teams always attack first. It's just a split second, but they attack first. And my Arachne with lower health will gain energy slightly faster. If I can gain energy slightly faster, my Arachne will ult first. And the fight is going to be in my favor for the rest of the fight. Of course, there's lots of nuances in hero team fighting. Sebastian, Ode to Serenity, other defenses, Chorus, the team pet to prevent debuffs. On the Facebook and website of things. On Hero Wars Mobile, everything still applies. You know, health to energy gain still applies, right? So any hero that you want them to use their ultimate ability, in this case, we're talking about Monka. We're talking about Monka here. Heidi summons a huge mushroom at the center of the enemy team, which spreads toxic spores, poisoning all enemies in the area of effect. So we have a nice area of effect, pure damage ability that targets the center. This isn't really the ability that Heidi needs. This isn't the ability that Heidi leans on to be effective. Really, the big deal is spy camo. It doesn't seem like it is. The pure damage that he does and his survivability overall is good for a mage. It's weird to think that Monka is a mage, but he is mage, right? So the spy camo allows him to dodge a magic damage. It's very niche. Reading the skill, if Heidi isn't damaged for a few seconds, he receives camouflage that gradually increases his chance of dodging an enemy's attack. So the longer that Heidi goes without taking damage, oops, stop it, Siri. The longer that Heidi goes without receiving damage, either because he's dodging, because the enemy is missing, because they're blind, because the enemies are stunned or charmed or whatever, the longer he goes without taking damage, the higher his dodge gets, right? And the camouflage ability allows him, once the camouflage buff is on Heidi, it allows him to potentially dodge magic damage, right? Very unique ability. The chances of it being a magic attack that Heidi dodges ultimately, chance, right? Is the enemy team using magic damage heroes? Is the enemy magic damage dealing tank hitting him? You know, all of that. But the dodge energy mechanic on Hero Wars Facebook and Web is way different. So mobile players, Facebook and Web has this ability that whenever a hero dodges, similar to them taking damage, if Heidi takes 10% of his health as damage, he gains 10% energy, right? We just discussed that. If Heidi dodges an attack that would have done 10% of his health and damage, he gains 10% energy, okay? So he's gaining a percentage of energy based on how much damage he would have taken if he dodged, or how much he did take if he didn't dodge, right? And the niche use case for this right here is that a big magic damage hit that's being dodged is now going to provide less energy if it happens to be the one that camouflage procs on with the higher health skin. Now my Heidi is only at 58k, and I don't have maybe somebody with a maxed out Heidi in the chat could let me know what Heidi's health is at max. Maybe I should message somebody in the guild. I know we have a bunch of maxed Heidis in the guild. The addition of 106, almost 107,000 health will lower Heidi's energy gain. Okay. Now, Heidi is brought along to counter a lot of teams, primarily Dante, but other teams as well, because of his ability to dodge and because of his ability to do pure damage. Nice little stacking effect with Iris, because Toxic Spit damages the nearest ally and the nearest enemy with pure damage. This stacks with Iris's Split Soul ability. Snake Charmer often hits the Split Soul, and the Death Flower, you know, later on in the fight, if the enemies are grouped up, hits that Split Soul as well. So Heidi's got a different kind of use case. I think that it's okay with Heidi. I don't like it. I think I would have preferred dodge, or maybe I don't know, magic attack. Maybe magic attack would have been better. Magic penetration would have been a complete waste because all of Heidi's damage is pure damage, right? I think I would have preferred magic attack here. And in the case of Kayla getting health, Kayla's getting health as well. In the case of Kayla getting health, she doesn't dodge. She can dodge if you add dodge to her, right? If you have a hero that adds dodge via an artifact or, you know, what have you. Where's my Kayla? There you are. Her ultimate is pretty nice. Her ultimate is pretty nice. Now, Kayla suffers from some pretty massive survivability issues right now. So I think that a lot of people are going to be very tempted to level up the health skin. I'm going to wait. 251,954. Jiv, is your Heidi maxed? I don't need Kayla leveled up. Personally, where I'm at, I love Kayla. I love the aesthetic of Kayla. I love how she looks. She reminds me of... I'm not sure what she reminds me of. She reminds me of something. I like the hair. I like the weapons. I like the outfit style, the culture. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to wait and see what her next 2 and 3 skins are, personally. That's what I'm going to do. I want to let people level her health skin up and do some testing and see if it really matters for her. She gets to be the focus of a lot of enemy attacks. She stands in the front line and she jumps to the enemy's back line, and a lot of people focus on her for a long time. So having that extra health could be beneficial. But I don't know if maybe more armor or magic defense would be better instead. Or maybe we just give her more health and more more attack stats. I don't really know. I don't know what to do with Kayla just yet. But I will say that Aidan is an auto buy. Aidan getting magic attack is just fine with me. All of his skills are based on magic attack, and they have a high coefficient of magic attack bonuses. Well, I guess the blue and the violet don't. But Ignite's got a 40%, and Phoenix Embrace has an 80% plus a 15%. I think magic attack is an auto purchase if you use Aidan. I think it absolutely is. Heidi's complete BS, period. Don't lie to people. He's completely useless, waste of resources. Jean-Marc Joly. That is incorrect. Heidi's one of the best heroes in the game. Okay, so a maxed Heidi has roughly 260,000 health. This would put Heidi at 360,000 health. 370,000 health. Right. Quick math puts it about 25 to 30% more health than she had before. Actually, about 40% more health than she had before. I'm sorry, than he had before, Heidi. So I don't know. I think that personally, I'm going to have to wait. I'm not currently leveling any of these 3 heroes up. Hero Wars Facebook and Web doesn't suffer from the problem of having limited time only skins. You'll be able to buy these skins basically at any time. You can go at any time and spend 5,000 skin stones to buy the skin, unlock the skin. Spend $15 or whatever it is to unlock the skin with real money. I don't think I'm going to be in a big rush to buy any of these skins. I don't think that any of these skins are absolute must-have. But I wanted to discuss why health on damage dealers is bad. It's actually kind of a misnomer. Health on any hero that you want to ult is bad, right? I want my Kark to ult before the enemy Kark is an argument that you see a lot. I want my Lars to ult faster than the enemy Lars does. I want my XYZ hero to ult before the enemy's XYZ hero does. A lot of people will have their Dante a little bit weaker so that he ults faster. Unless they die before the first ult. Yeah, absolutely.